All right, welcome in everybody. Meet me at the coffee pot. Week 11 NFL picks. You can see Rios isn't here today. I think from the pictures he was sending us, he's deconstructing half his house to create a new $1 million podcast studio, which is going to really increase the production value of this show. So we're excited to see that done. But we got Cordova and me here today to walk through Week 11, give you guys the picks, break down the games and all the gut feelings. How'd you do last week? Let's start there real quick.
Honestly, yeah, I did a lot better than I expected. There was a lot of crazy games last week, but I went positive. I went 9-6, so
Oh, that's
can't
good.
complain. Yeah, my lock really saved me, got me that extra point. So
Getting the locks is huge, and I got another lock. I missed like 8 in a row to start the year, but we're getting back on track.
it's not how you start, but how you finish.
Yeah, exactly. Saints -9.5. I was a little worried because Drew Brees went out, but they ended up finishing anyway, covering the 9.5. And I went 7-8. So we'll have to check in with Rios and see how he did. But yeah, lots of weird matchups last week, and this week a lot of tough matchups that were just a lot of good lines set. Really hard to pick some of these games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna need your advice here on at least two of these games that I just have no idea at this point which way they're going. So
Well, I'll go first on one of them. You have to go first on the other one, and then we'll meet in the
yeah,
middle.
well, exactly. We'll see. All right, do you want to start first? Or you want me to start?
I'll start first. I'll start
All
with the
right.
Thursday night game. Cardinals Seahawks. Cardinals huge win last week over the Buffalo Bills. And for me, a
Tough.
heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Man, I was sitting at the dinner table when Stephon Diggs scored that touchdown with 32 seconds left. I was hamming it up for George, my son, and we were so excited. We taught him touchdown. So if we go touchdown, he goes, that's
Yeah.
really
Oh
cute.
boy.
And then 2 minutes later, I had, it was bad. But what are you gonna, it's almost like, what are you gonna do? Sometimes the best receiver in the NFL makes a play, and it's like he beats you, man. You know what I mean?
So
But anyway,
I'm in Arizona, so I think there's a petition out here to change. Oh, that's true.
yeah, dude.
Well, there's a petition out here to change Hail Mary to Kyler Murray. So
I mean, he
we'll
deserves
see if
it.
that goes through.
He escaped. He escaped
Pressure.
what could have been a sack, and then he threw a ball of 1,000 yards while sprinting to his left. So it's like,
And D Hop just went out there and what he said, dunked on him, three versus one, and
he mossed him.
yeah,
Dude.
it was disgusting.
But anyway,
Tough break, man. Sorry for that one.
it's okay. Bye week for me this week, so
You're happy?
it's stress free at least.
Yeah.
Cardinals Seahawks Thursday night game. Cardinals are 3-point underdogs in the game in Seattle. And man, I picked against Rios' Rams last week. I thought Seattle was going to rebound from their loss to Buffalo, and I'm just not impressed. Russell Wilson, we speak very highly of in this podcast, and I still will, but these last couple of weeks, he's been turning the ball over like it's his job, man. Just like very questionable decision making of late. And I think the Cardinals keep it rolling. Not only do I think they cover the 3 points, I think the Cardinals win outright. The Seahawks defense is just, not good. It's just not good. And I'm taking the Cardinals 31, Seahawks 29, in a close, as these division games tend to be, a close game, but the Cardinals by 2.
Yeah, I also have the Cardinals winning by 2. So yeah, I'm taking Cardinals plus the points. I mean, if you're going to give me Arizona, who already beat Seattle, plus 3, I'm going to take that.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Cardinals winning 30-28. Cardinals number 1 offense in the league right now versus Seahawks last place defense. So I still think it's going to be close. I think Russell Wilson can definitely put up points. So I think it's going to be a close one. But yeah, I got Cardinals winning 30-28.
Oh man. Almost identical scores.
Almost. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Geez, 2 points. So that's pretty good.
If I just picked a normal score, like it could, we would have done it. But I went with 29. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Take it from there.
All right. Next, we have Eagles at Browns. Right. That's what you got.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Eagles at Browns. So right now, it looks like Cleveland's favored, so -3.5 for them.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know, man. These are good teams here, and I mean not good team, but good matchups.
Yeah.
Um, I like my boy over there in Cleveland, though. I think Baker gets it done. I think he covers. So I have the Browns winning 24-17. I just don't know if Philly can keep up with them offensively. You know what I mean? It's sad to say, but Wentz, I don't know. Kind of a has been. Kind of a no bueno no more.
Kind of a never was.
Yeah, never was. And they have a good defense. I think that might keep them in it. But I think the Browns' offense is really high-powered, really great rushing game. So I think they get it done.
I have the Browns winning. I also have the Browns scoring 24 points. So I'm in a position right now. The Eagles are leading the division right now, by the way, at 3-5-1. They are the NFC East leaders. The season ends today. They're in the playoffs. But I'm not interested in picking the Eagles anymore. Okay, I picked them to cover against the Giants, who were terrible last week. They couldn't get that done. So give me the Browns all day. Browns 24, Eagles 20.
Well, you made it even closer than I did.
Yeah. I don't think the Browns are that good either, but for the foreseeable future, I'm not interested in picking anything to do with the Eagles just because, I mean, I don't trust them. I don't trust Carson Wentz, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
This next game was one of the first ones that I really had to stew on for a while. I went out and I filled all my games out except for 3 games, and this is one of them I had to think of. Falcons at the Saints. Falcons are a 5-point underdog, and the Saints do not have Drew Brees. He has 5 cracked ribs and a punctured lung.
Yeah, rough. Ouch.
Ouch, big time, man. I don't even know how you breathe because they're on both sides. I don't know how do you. That's tough, but he'll probably be all healed up and ready to go for a playoff run. And you know they have a decent enough start to the year that they'll probably just let him rest as long as possible. And
so you're telling me you don't have any faith in Jameis over there, man?
I as a backup quarterback, I like him a lot.
So you don't like him against the Falcons is what you're telling me.
Or
you don't know.
I don't know. That's why this is one of the games I didn't know what to fill out. I don't know how much Sean Payton's gonna make. What's his name from BYU? Fake play quarterback for half.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill, right? Because it's like backup quarterback in, and Taysom Hill already takes snaps away from Drew Brees. Is he gonna get like weird? Is Sean Payton gonna get all weird this weekend? I don't know what's gonna happen. I have the Falcons winning in an upset on the road.
Really?
Falcons only have to lose by 5 or less points. So I'm taking them to win outright. 30, Saints 27.
All right, we're on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum on this one. I like the Saints, man. I think they're a good, solid team, even without Mr. Drew Brees. You saw what they did last year with Bridgewater, and I think Jameis is a decent enough quarterback, man. He's making. Last year he led the league, right, in passing yards and touchdowns. He also led him in interceptions. Yeah, but with an Atlanta defense that's ranked 28th, I'll take my chances, man. I think Jameis can get it done, man. I have the Saints covering, so I have them actually winning 28-17, man. I can
see it.
Yeah, I think the Falcons are too spotty. They're hot one week, next week, who knows what they're doing? You know what I mean? Matt Ryan.
I flipped my coin and it came up Falcons +5, so that I went with it. I think there might be that week adjustment period where I actually do think. I think the Colts should have got Jameis Winston, to be honest. I would have rather had a good coaching staff around Jameis Winston and thought I could have, made my run with him instead of a washed up Phillip Rivers. But that's besides the point.
At the same time, Phillip Rivers is playing pretty decent, man. The Colts are looking a lot better than everyone expected. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Exactly.
Let's move on.
All right. So next we got Bengals at Washington. Snooze fest, man. I'm not interested in this game whatsoever. If it's on TV,
the rookie quarterback though, you got everyone wants. You want to tune in for Bengals rookie middle linebacker, and my sophomore year chemistry lab sat at the same table with him, Logan Wilson. That's why you tune into this game.
That's pretty. Well, you got more involved than I do there, but
Yeah, go Pokes.
I mean, my Steelers absolutely destroyed Cincinnati last week, and it was just terrible watching their offense go to work. And I love what my defense did to them. So I think this is gonna be a not very fun game to watch. So I don't know, man, but I do like that Cincinnati quarterback right there. So I this was a rough one to me, but if you're gonna give me Bengals +2, I mean, I think I'll take it. I don't think that they're terrible. I know Washington's defense is like really, really good, but I think the Bengals come through and get it done, man. 21-20, I got it.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are going to bounce back against a much weaker team than they played last week. I have them getting it done. Bengals 27, Washington 20. I feel like I'm picking a lot of outright underdogs this week, so I don't know. That's my third one so far. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. But
if that's what the week calls for, that's what the week calls for.
That's where we're at.
Exactly.
So now my favorite team to bet on, to fake bet on, of the entire NFL for some reason, the Detroit Lions. I'm all over them every week. I don't know why. Lions at the Panthers. Lions are +1.5. And, man, the Panthers, I thought they would put up a better showing than they did. Well, the game was close for a long time, but Tom Brady and Tampa kind of just ended up running away with the game last week. I mean, they're a better team, and that's kind of how it was.
They had to. The Saints made them look terrible. They had to come back stronger than ever. If not, everybody's going to be like, oh, they're suspect.
Yeah, exactly. The Panthers kind of caught them at a bad week. So I don't think the Panthers are a bad team. They're 3-7, but I do this thing where I bet on the Lions no matter what. They almost came through. They won the game last week. They didn't cover because they were Lions -4 last week, and they only won on a last second 59-yard field goal. But give me the Lions +1.5. I'm taking what I'm realizing now as I'm speaking, my fourth outright underdog winner. Lions 30, Panthers 26.
Okay. I can see that. I don't know, man. This one wasn't so hard for me, I guess. I don't know. There's just something about this Panthers team that I think that they've been in a lot of close games, and I think their defense is terrible, but their offense is really good. So I kind of went the opposite way there, and I guess I'm taking them as an underdog. So, or no, they're favored, right? Panthers are favored by
Panthers
-1.5.
-1.5.
Yeah, so I went ahead and I took the Panthers -1.5. So I got the Panthers 23-16. Don't ask me why, because I can't tell you why. Just because.
I feel like the Lions are weird and they're going to score a bunch of points.
I think that's a possibility. It's always a possibility, honestly, but who the heck knows? Like you said when you started, that was a weird one, and you just roll with the punches, I guess. Mm-hmm. All right, next we have the Steelers at the Jaguars. Steelers are favored by 9.5 points. Last week, I was like, I don't know, man. I think it might be a close game. We always play Cincinnati. I think it was. I think I think it might have been more. Was it more last week?
No, it was 7.5. It was less.
7.5.
Okay.
So then I was telling myself it's a divisional game. It's going to be close. And next thing you know,
no,
we just came out and destroyed those poor Bengals over there. But this week, I think I'm going to learn my lesson and know not to go against them. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Steelers outright, winning this game by a lot. I got the Steelers 35. I give the Jags 20 points, just out of courtesy. I'm still blowing them out at 15. But, I mean, when their offense is ranked 26 in the league and our defense is ranked like 4, I don't think they have much of a chance. But crazier things have happened.
I don't think Jacksonville has much of a chance to win the game. But I do think 9.5 points is kind of a lot. I feel like every week there's like 2 really big lines or like big point spreads. And I pick one team to cover and I pick the other one not to. And then I always get it wrong.
Saints last week
came through for me. That was my lock of the week. Yeah. So hopefully I'm on a roll getting them. But I am taking the Jags.
I advise you. I mean, it's not too late. It's not too late to change your answer.
I'm a big believer in the garbage time the garbage time backdoor touchdown cover.
Covers.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm hope Steelers are obviously the far superior team. The Steelers are going to win this game. I'm hoping they take the foot off the gas a little bit at the end. I don't know why. I just 9.5 points seemed a little too much for me. Jaguars put up a pretty good fight last weekend against Green Bay. Steelers 30, Jaguars 23.
Ooh, okay. I mean,
but not as close as it sounds. One of
Yeah.
those games. You know what I mean?
oh, okay. So it's gonna be like
It's going to be
30
like 30-16 with
Yeah.
like 2 minutes left.
and they're
Yeah,
gonna
you know.
give him a pity touchdown and
Yeah,
cover.
all right, well, let's just get out of here.
Nice back door, huh?
Let's get out of Jacksonville. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. This next game,
This is tough.
do you want to go first? I mean, I
It's
just went
my
first
turn,
last
so
time, but
I feel like I have to.
Okay. Go ahead.
Titans at Ravens. This is a matchup of two teams that I picked last week to cover. I picked the Titans to cover over the Colts, and I picked the Ravens to cover over the Patriots. And neither game was that close, to be honest. The Ravens had a chance there at the end, but Titans got the doors blown off of them by the Colts.
Colts are a good team.
At home on Thursday night, and Thursday night road teams. I mean, that's tough to even go in to get a win, and not only to go get a win and get dominated. I think, well, like I said, we'll get to the Colts later, but I think they sent a message, and I think the Titans sent a message to me that I don't know what they are. They started out right out of the gate crushing teams. People were like, Super Bowl contenders, here we go. But now I don't know I don't know anymore. So what I went with is the Titans are a 6.5 point underdog. And I just think this is going to be a close game. I don't know if it's going to be a particularly good game, but I think it's going to be a close game. So I have the Ravens winning by 5. Ravens 28, Titans 23.
You know, I'm right there with you. I think this game could definitely go like either way. I think Lamar kind of has a chip on his shoulder right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to play good. He wants to throw good, particularly. But I mean, like, with their rushing offense being as good as it is, I don't think he really needs to, but I think he wants to. I think this is going to be a hard-fought, like, game in the trenches where the big men are going to decide who wins this game. It's going to be a run-heavy game with both of those. I mean, got the king over there, Henry, you know what I mean? But I think – Titans cover the 6.5, and just because I hate the Ravens with the passion, I got the Titans winning.
Pick.
Yeah, I got the Titans winning 24-21. But I mean, in reality, I'm just betting that they cover the 6.5.
Right. That's kind of that's just kind of what I was feeling. Kind of in the 20s, close game. No one runs away with it. Not a ton of points. I think you're right. It's going to be a running matchup and just in the trenches all game. And
yep.
Well, all right. We're in agreement there.
Yeah, I can see that happen. But like I said, I hate the Ravens, so I can't say that they win that game. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
All right. So next we have New England at Texans. New England's actually favored, -2.5, right?
Yep.
I don't know. My thoughts on New England, like, I thought they were terrible. I thought they were dead. I thought that was it. There was no way they'd come back. And then they beat a solid Ravens team. And then now I'm like, Bill Belichick is the freaking man again or what? Like, I'm not 100% sure if they make the playoffs. They might not. Depends if we have that other team. Who knows? But it's kind of hard to pick against them when they had such an impressive game last week. And the Texans are historically known to lose games. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
I'm gonna take New England. I'm gonna have them covering, but not by much. So I got in a low scoring game. I got New England 17, Texans 14. I think that Mr. Cam Newton finds a way to put a touchdown up late and put them up by 3.
I agree. I also have the Patriots winning by 3. And even though my point spread isn't huge, I feel confident the Patriots are winning this game. Belichick, I think, has been Belichick the whole time, and I think it's more like the team around him is kind of coming together and kind of figuring it out. And Cam Newton has a certain style of play that's not, it's kind of unconventional, and that might take a while or whatever. I think he's doing better. I think the Texans aren't good, and I'm taking the Patriots to win by 3. Patriots 24, Texans 21.
This was like this game the whole time. Like when I was like trying to convince myself who's gonna win or anything, I kind of went back to what Rio says. He's like, I try to write down the scores and then go back and look at the
I did
spread.
that. I
You
started
did
doing that
that?
this week for the first
Yeah.
time.
So like the whole time I kept telling myself, I was like, man, they beat a really good team last week, and if they can't beat the Texans by 3, like
Right.
what's really going on? Like this team is just all over the place. So I kind of cheated, like knowing the spread, but at the same time, I'm like, they have to win by at least 3. They have to.
It's actually funny because I think me and Rios are pretty close in the actual standings because I don't think he's like missed a lock of the week yet, but I've picked more correct games so far. And I was like, that's Rios has a good idea. I'm gonna start doing that. And then I was like, should I though? Because I've been doing okay, but I did. I actually did this week. A couple times I peaked because I was just like, I didn't really know and I needed to think about it, but
Yeah.
I really did. I would just write down the score and then see. We'll see how that works out for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw my whole season away. Okay. Dolphins at Broncos. The Dolphins are good. Newsflash. I don't know if they're actually good, but they're winning. That's undisputed. And I think the Dolphins cruise. I don't think the Broncos are very good. I think the Dolphins are going to win and get to 7-3, I believe, and be tied with Buffalo for the AFC East lead, which is why I just so badly wanted them to win last week. And I could just relax just chill out bye weekend and at 8-2, but that's not the way it happens. So I'd love to pick against the Dolphins. I'm really hoping I'm wrong and they lose, but I don't think I am. And I'm taking the Dolphins -3 comfortably. Dolphins 31, Broncos 17.
And our scores have been mighty close this week, my friend.
Yeah.
But like the ones that we're not close on, like we're way off. But like the ones that we
but
agree
there was
on,
even a couple where I took one team, you took the other, and still our scores were really close.
yeah, they're like interchangeable kind of. So, but I mean, I agree with everything you said. This one should be pretty black and white. I mean, you'd figure, but I don't know. Last week was pretty crazy with all the games. So, but I agree with you, everything you said. So I got Dolphins covering as well. So I have them mighty comfortable as well, 28-16.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, our points aren't that far off again. So this game here, my friend, this game gave me a lot of trouble. So I'm talking about Jets at Chargers. I mean, obviously, I think Chargers are going to win, but that point spread plus 8.5 for the Jets. I don't know, man. I feel like these last couple of weeks they've been getting better slowly but surely. And I'm not 100% sold on the Chargers sitting at 2-7, man. I'm not sure how this plays out. And I was going to hope you'd give me some insight. See if you know anything I don't.
You're going first.
All right, man. This is rough for me. I think as much as I hate to say it, I think the Jets cover it. And it's taking a lot of me to say that they don't.
Doesn't it feel so bad?
It feels terrible. I'm saying that and I want to throw up. But I'm thinking the Jets cover, man. 8.5 is a lot of points, I think, for this Chargers team. And like I said, man, the Jets aren't terrible in every aspect. I mean, the Chargers aren't terrible in every aspect. I just think 8.5 points is a lot for them right now. I know they've been having a lot of close games, but I think Jets keep it close, and I'm gonna go kind of unconventional here too. I'm gonna go, let's say 16-23.
So, like I said earlier, this game and the Steelers-Jags game was the two biggest lines of the week, and I feel like I go one, I'll get one right and I'll get one wrong. And we kind of went the other week. Our biggest difference so far was the other big spread, and I'm taking the Chargers to cover in this game. And
Really?
I thought it was too many points. I'm kind of like it's too many points guy. That's kind of like my initial gut feeling. If I see a big spread, I like going underdog all the way. But then I just could not picture the Chargers scoring less than 30 points because the Jets defense isn't good. And the Chargers have actually been they've been losing a lot of heartbreakers and they've been putting up points. And Justin Herbert might be good. I'm not going to say he's good, but he's been playing well. And they're going to get to 30 points. So I have the Chargers 30, Jets 20, and the Chargers covering -8.5. It's also like you said, it just feels
It feels weird
bad.
betting.
It feels bad picking the Jets, so it feels fine picking against them. So I'll go with that.
Okay. I mean, looking at it now, I mean, Chargers are ranked top 10 in just about everything in the league right now. Offense 7, defense 10, passing 10, rushing 9.
Right?
And I'm still not sold on them, man. Like they 2 and
It
7
seems
and
like they should have more than, like, yeah, those are not
more than
the
2
league
wins.
standings of a 2-win team at this point in the
No,
middle of November.
not at all. But whatever. I've laid my bed. I've made my bed. I'm gonna lay in it now. So
All
can't go
right,
back.
this next game I'm excited for. I got asked by some friends back home immediately which way I was going on this game after the Colts whooped the Titans last week. And the Packers squeaked by the Jaguars last week. They haven't been as sharp as they were earlier in the year, and the Colts defense is dominant. Okay.
Number 1 in the league.
I'm riding the Colts defense. The Colts are 2-point favorites, and I like them to cover that. Colts 28, Packers 22 in kind of like a close game, but the Colts are always kind of in control, kind of feel Packers offense never really gets going. And
They
I
get
like the
going
Colts at
late.
home.
I said I feel like they get going late.
Okay.
The Packers. Well, I mean, again, we're only off by 2 points again. So I agree with literally everything you said. Colts defense looks amazing, looks great. I know Aaron Rodgers has had his problems, particularly against other good defenses. So I think he's going to struggle this week a little bit against the Colts defense. So I also have the Colts covering, but I got them winning 28-24. So I think that this is going to be a good, rough game.
I was told by I have a Colts insider, and I was told that I needed to shout out DeForest Buckner. They traded for him, big defensive tackle, 6'7", 300-pound monster in the middle for the Colts, and how the GM there pulled off a really good trade that improved the defense. So there you go. I think he's right, and I think the Colts defense leads them to victory again.
Yeah,
And
I'm right there with you, man.
But the Titans lose, don't look now, but the Colts are handling that division. So,
yeah. Yep, I agree.
All right, who you got next?
All right, so next we got the Cowboys at the Vikings. This I don't know, man. This is going to be this is another one where I couldn't write down a score. I honestly have no idea who's going to be winning this game. I like obviously the Vikings' chances a lot better than the Cowboys. But I think the way the Cowboys played us so close, us being the Steelers, it kind of like scared me a little bit. Does that make any sense?
I think the Steelers must have not taken him seriously because they were playing
Yeah,
their
we played down.
7,000th string quarterback, and they were just like, eh.
Yeah, but a part of me still says that the Vikings are going to be good enough to cover here, man. I think Delvin Cook these last few weeks has just been disgusting. And against the defense like Dallas, I don't think they're gonna have any answers for him. And if they do, they're gonna have Thielen in the backside just catching passes for 30, 40 yards, man. That's just my personal opinion. So I have Vikings covering the 7 points, but I don't have a score. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they win by 7 or by more than 7.
All right, I'll hit you with a score because I agree. Vikings win this game. I don't see any. I mean, I have them scoring 33 points. The Cowboys defense is just such an absolute disaster. I think the Vikings offense is going to dominate time of possession, completely control the game, run the ball, do whatever they want, and I think they're going to easily win this game. Vikings 33, Cowboys 18.
33-18? Oh, that's pretty generous. I don't know, man. For some reason, I'm thinking like Vikings barely score like 20 points, but they don't let the Cowboys score. It's like 20-3 for some reason in my crazy head. That's what came to me, man.
I think the Vikings are slowly figuring it out. They played a really, they beat the Bears, and their defense played really well against Chicago. Well, that game wasn't as close as it seemed because, Chicago got the touchdown on a kick return by Cordero Patterson. And they didn't, the Vikings only put up 19 points, but this defense is atrocious. So yeah. I think they cover.
Yeah, we're in agreement there. Score, I just don't know why I couldn't think of one. I just think they win by 7 or more.
All right, fair enough. Am I up?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm up. Okay, Chiefs Raiders. So I actually kind of flopped back and forth on this until a key piece of information came to me and guided me on my path. So the Raiders won the first matchup of the year, and 7 points is a lot in what I always say a division game is going to be close, and I think that's typically true. However, Andy Reid in the first game of the year and Andy Reid after a bye is like the greatest football coach that's ever existed ever. He already lost to the Raiders and John Gruden earlier in this year. I think the Chiefs go into Vegas in the Death Star Stadium and they win a competitive game, but I think they win by 10. Chiefs 31, Raiders 21. I'm taking Chiefs -7.
Ooh, you got a big set over there on you, huh?
Do I? I don't know. I trust Andy Reid, man.
I mean, I really like the Chiefs, but who did the Chiefs?
You think they're going to lose twice to the Raiders in 1 year?
Who did the Chiefs barely beat last week?
Who knows, dude?
The Chiefs barely won last week, if I'm not mistaken, right?
They barely beat the Panthers 2 weeks ago.
And then wasn't it the same thing with another terrible team?
No, the Chiefs lost last week, so you're thinking of the Panthers.
Then yeah, and it made me lose a little bit of hope. But I mean, I know obviously I think everybody knows the Chiefs probably, if not the best team in the league. But I think these Raiders, man, there's something about them. I think John Gruden has Andy Reid's number over there, man. I think I don't know why. I didn't think. Did you think they would win the first game? Not by
no one did. Means. But that's their one loss of the year, and they've just been killing everybody else. Okay, they squeaked by the Panthers. They killed the Jets. They killed the Broncos. They killed Buffalo, even though it doesn't look like it. They killed Buffalo. They killed the Patriots. They killed Baltimore.
I don't know, man. I think I'm not saying that the Raiders win, but I have them covering, man. So I got the Chiefs 28, Raiders 23. I really like this Raiders team, if I'm being honest with you.
I like them too.
They're if the Raiders win this game, they're 1 game behind the Chiefs, which is saying a lot. You know what I mean? Like, so if they can sweep potentially the Chiefs this season, which I'm sure nobody is expecting.
I'm not.
But I mean, they beat them in Arrowhead already, and now they're playing at home. I wouldn't be surprised if they win. I'm not saying that they do, but I'm saying they cover those 7 points. So I got them at 23-28.
I agree with you there that I do like the Raiders. I think they're definitely up and coming, and I think, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game. But I'm taking Andy Reid after a bye if the point spread was 1 million, dude. He's the guy's a genius. He's like the first game of the year in the bye, he's gonna win. So maybe
a part of me is so passionate about the Raiders because they've been my lock twice, have won for me twice. And if they beat the Chiefs, I mean, like there's no more argument. The Steelers are the number 1 team in the league.
If you pick him as a lock this week against the Chiefs, then you got a pair, dude.
That's no, there's no way. But I think that's like going on right now in my psyche too. I'm thinking like the Raiders already beat them once. They can beat them again possibly. And if they do win, the Steelers are outright number 1 team in the league.
That's just there, and the truth comes out. That's what trying to will this into existence.
And I got faith in the Raiders. I don't know they'll win, but I think they'll cover it. And I think that's me saying I think they win, but I'll just say that they cover because I'm too afraid to come out and say that they win outright.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so Monday Night Football. Rip should have been Rios's, but for other reasons he's not here. Whatever. He's being selfish and making his home more prepared and presentable, probably for his child or the stream. I'm not sure at this point.
I'm hoping it's a stream. I mean, what's the kid know? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like it's a baby.
Not much.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Will Rios watch this episode far enough to get to this point to hear us trashing him that he's not here? That's the question.
I think he has to, just because this is his team. and he wants to know what
that's true.
us
He'll
two
probably
bozos have to
he'll
say about
probably
it.
skip forward,
Fast forward everything.
No. I'm not listening to Cowboys fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this game we got Rams at Bucks. They have the Bucks favored at -3.5. This Rams team is no joke, man. No joke at all. That defense, number 2 in the league. The offense, 10 in the league. 8 in rushing, 13 in passing. I went with them last week, and you thought I was kind of crazy, but Rios kind of turned me a little bit, and it helped my pockets supposedly a little bit. You know what I mean?
Theoretical pockets.
Yeah. So I think they got a really good win last week against Seattle. I think they can do it again this week against Tampa. I'm not saying that they win by a million or anything like that, but I think giving me Rams at +3.5 sounds like a safer bet than saying Tampa at -3.5, in my opinion. Again, that could just be because I don't care for Mr. Tom Brady, and I think that he's too inconsistent right now in this point of the season too. But I will take the Rams +3.5, and I'll go with the huge upset here and say the Rams win 24-21. Shout out to my boy Rios there.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. And I went against them last week, and I shouldn't have, because when you got a dominant defense, I think you should ride with it. You said Tom Brady's been inconsistent at times this year, and you're definitely right about that. And I think a really good defense and pressure in his face,
like the Saints did,
exactly, can really cause him some trouble. And I actually don't see them scoring many points at all. So I started this podcast by picking, for some reason, 4 outright underdog winners. I'm finishing it by picking an outright underdog winner.
That's cool.
Shout out to Rios. Rams 26, Bucks 20. Rams dominant defense comes through and pulls out the victory for him.
I think so too. I think that Bucks offense is pretty scary, but I think if you catch them during the right week, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When they're firing. But I mean, this defense with Jalen Ramsey over there too, and
yeah, he's dominant. They won't even throw at him anymore.
Yeah, what's that defensive tackle's name again?
I don't know, but I saw a couple screenshots from Rios this week that showed him being like quadruple team.
Yeah, something 99 on Madden too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Darnoldson or something.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. He'll make a name for himself someday though. That kid looks real good.
Yeah, he's out of Pitt, so I mean I like him for that, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of want to take the Rams plus points. I think that's an easy pick in my opinion.
Totally agree.
It should be a great Monday night game.
All right, hit me with your lock of the week.
You went last week, so
did I go last week?
Yeah, I think you went last week.
All right, I'm ready because I actually feel great about this league.
All right.
I've been hitting them lately. We're gonna keep it going, and I said earlier in this podcast, I hope I'm wrong, and for real life, I actually do hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong. Give me Dolphins -3 all day. No! Dolphins -3.
Oh my God, you took it right under me.
Dolphins are going to crush the. I gave you that, man. You should have seized it. You should have taken the opportunity. I told you to go first. I would have had to use my backup, but I'm locked in on my lock of the week. Dolphins -3. Dolphins 31. Broncos 17.
Now I have to scramble to find me a second lock, man. Yeah, I mean I think in my opinion too, that's the most clear cut pick right there. But now I have no idea, man.
You're on the clock. You're on the clock like the NBA draft that's going on right now.
Yeah, I know, right? It is going on right now.
It's going on right now.
I completely forgot about that. You know what? I'm gonna be a wild guy here and say that. Oh, man. I'm going to take – this is probably going to sound crazy to some people, but I'm going to take the Browns over the Eagles. I think the Browns cover that 3.5. I'm not a big Eagles fan. I just don't think they get it done, man. I don't think they lose by anything less than 7 points this game.
I actually do think you're right. I just think Baker Mayfield can be streaky enough that it would shy me away from it. But it's a bold pick. I like it.
Yeah, I think everything else, the spreads aren't it's either too much or too little. So
Yeah,
the
it's a
games are
tough week.
close enough to lose them or win them by the spread this week. Definitely. If we're doing money line, that's a whole different thing.
That's easy though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is fake game. This is the big boy fake gambling.
Yeah, exactly. Amen.
Yeah. Anyone can pick the games, dude. Come on. You don't need to see this insider knowledge to just pick a game. You need it to pick against the spread.
You're absolutely right there. That's what those parlays pay out the most too.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we gotta plug our Twitter real quick.
Okay, it's meet at Coffee Pot.
For anyone out there that's watching this, and we know we've been getting slowly but surely a little bit more viewers. Come on down, tweet us. We always reply. Pretty funny sometimes, and if we're not, that's okay. You can tell us we're not.
Yeah, for sure. And you tweet in a question, and we'll address it on the podcast or whatever. Let us know how we're doing.
Yeah, especially if we're picking against your teams. I know your friend likes to let us know we're stooges for that. And you know what?
Just feel free to trash us. You trashed me
yeah.
enough in texting. You can just trash me publicly on the Twitter account, and then you'll feel better about it.
Exactly. We feel good about all of it.
All right, man. Well, good luck this week.
You too.
And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Peace.
Take it easy, guys.